This happened in 2022 when I had moved to Jacksonville, Florida from my home state of Pennsylvania for school. I was there for only about a week and was going to parks around the area to feel the subtropical, swampy nature I had been obsessed with since I was younger. I was a 20-am at the time and had not made any friends yet, so I was going to a new park every day all on my own. This was my first time in my life I was on my own, so I was dressing how I wanted. A crop top, hoodie, and some cute shorts. I considered myself a femboy. I've also always been told I looked younger than I really am, which may not seem important, but I think it plays a part into why this story creeps me out to this day. One day, I had gone to a new park in hopes to see an alligator, though I can't remember which park it was specifically. I had just stepped out of my car and started toward the entrance of the park, which was a nice forested area with a welcoming wooden fence. There was a couple walking just ahead of me when suddenly a quiet hey came from my right. I ignored it. But then another hey came a few seconds later, this time a louder. I looked to my right and a man in his 40s wearing a gray t-shirt and cargo shorts started rapidly approaching me. He got up close to me, really close, and told me not to go in that way since there was recently a lot of gang violence and drug busts in this park. At first I brushed it off and thought he was just trying to be nice to me, but once I said thanks and started back toward the park, he shifted his body between me and the park. He told me he knew the park well and that there was a quieter, secret path he knew and wanted to take me down it. My heart sank as my eyes darted around the perimeter of the park. There was no other clearly visible paths from the parking lot, and as he told me this, another person walked by and into the park. This man did not try to stop this other person from entering. They did even look at them. Their eyes were glued to me. I started to stutter and said thanks, but if this park is dangerous, I think I should just go. I started backing away, but he continued to press me, keeping pace with me and telling me I should go with him. Eventually, I just turned around and quickly walked back to my car, with him glued to my side. As I opened my door, I reiterated that if the park was this dangerous, I should just leave. But as I went to close it, he grabbed the upper part of my door and shifted his body between the door and the car so that I could not close it. He gave up on trying to get me to go with him, instead asking for my phone number because he, quote, wanted to make sure I stayed safe. I was holding back tears at this point and trying my best to keep myself from screaming, but calmly asked him to move. He didn't budge. I caved, but instead of giving him my current number, I gave him my old cell number, which was no longer being used. He entered into his phone and started texting, which gave me just enough time to close my door and lock my car. He knocked on my window and I think asked if I got his message, which I then just turned on my phone and nodded my head before putting it into reverse and pulling away. Just before I left the park entirely, I looked one more time to see him walking away from the entrance and toward the far corner of the wooded area. I still have no idea who this man was or what he wanted, but I still stay up late some nights wondering what would have happened if I went with him. I don't know if he saw me as a young boy who was alone and vulnerable, or if he was genuinely trying to keep me safe. Thankfully, I never met this guy again and was able to visit other parks around Florida without any weird encounters like this.